What's good with y'all today, man? We back with a new video. I got a new topic for y'all. Well, it's not really new because a lot of people been talking about this, with these athletes and these celebrities getting canceled, quote unquote, and a lot of controversy going on. I wanted to come at y'all with a different perspective because I see a lot of people saying the same thing. So I wanted to come in with something new, like a new perspective in this whole situation. Just to jump right into it, I feel like originally, bro, cancel culture, or this is like a saying that people made up, but I think cancel culture was originally supposed to be a good thing. I feel like originally it was supposed to hold people accountable for the wrongdoings of it could be a person or it could be like a company, to bring in a random topic that I had seen one time where I don't know if you noticed with rappers and stuff, rappers would do these certain music videos, and the females that they would have, it would be black rappers, you know what I'm saying? Black rappers, they bring these females on, the video vixen girls, and a lot of times people would notice yo, why do you always be having these white women or these mixed race women? Why you don't bring in no dark skinned girls? Why you don't have no black girls? Why you don't show no black women in your videos? And that one time, became a topic of discussion where people would point that out. That's where it originally started, with people from the internet, Twitter people on Instagram. They would point certain stuff out, and then people would, discuss it, might cancel somebody for it, might come at somebody for doing certain things. And that was one of the things that I thought that was a good thing, because it brought that topic, it brought that to light. And I'm not saying every rapper now be having black women on, but it's something that was talked about, and it was something that they wanted, people wanted a change in that. They wanted people to start, rappers to start, appreciating black women more. So it's something like that, you feel me? I think that that's a good thing, we come together, we're addressing a topic, and it's getting talked about. Another thing, you could talk about that I had seen one time, if you go on YouTube, and it was a discussion about Nickelodeon with this particular producer or whatever. He's a writer of Nickelodeon, Dan Schneider. People will bring something like that to light, and it's a bunch of exposing videos about him, saying oh, he's be on this weird type of timing. I don't know all the full details about it, but a lot of people felt yo, this Dan Schneider guy is a problem. And if you go on YouTube right now, you type in Dan Schneider, it's a bunch of videos, a bunch of different things about him, to the point where Nickelodeon literally cut ties with Dan Schneider, because they're yo, you got too much stuff on your name. Whatever that discussion was he's no longer with them anymore. So it's some of these, with this cancel culture thing, it's kind of it brought certain things to light that wasn't really talked about, and it's really getting addressed. It's pretty much trying to clean up the different crazy things that might be going on, or crazy things that people might be doing. It's being addressed, it's being talked about. So with something like that, it's originally, I said, I felt cancel culture was a good thing. Now, as time went on and people started to embrace this, this movement, and people kept different people started chiming in on this, I feel we eventually went left. To bring up an example of something that I seen recently, you've been hearing about this rapper Ice Spice that came out. She's very hot. A lot of people been wanting to tune into her and her new music and everything, and very obsessed with her, right? I remember I just seen recently, right, it's a screenshot. I guess somebody had went through, her old tweets. Not super old, but probably 2 to 3 years ago. And I seen a comment attached to the screenshot of her old tweet saying oh, yeah, my girl Ice Spice, she don't got no bad stuff on her name. You can't find nothing about her, And they're just hyping up the fact that she didn't say anything, I guess, weird or anything bad about, just random things for people to talk about. And I kind of felt seeing that, it just kind of made me feel wow, y'all are over here just looking for, just on anybody. You don't even have there's no, when you hear something about somebody and then you jump onto it, oh, I heard these weird rumors about such and such, and then people start digging. But with something with her, it's just people just randomly feel the need to just, I'm about to just literally try to find something bad about her for no reason. Like, you didn't hear nothing about it, but you just want to go ahead and randomly try to find the reasons for her to get canceled. I thought that's kind of weird. And you see that a lot with, not even with just her, but like you see that with a lot of like different entertainers or rappers now. Like, people sometimes just feel the need to want to just find some random thing from like years ago. Like, it could be, they could have been a little kid when that happened, like when they tweeted something or posted something from like years ago when they're like 13, 14 years old, and people want to say, oh, look at this, oh, this person said this, yo, they're racist, they're this, they're that. And I feel like along the way, like I said, originally cancel culture was supposed to be a good thing. I feel like along the way, it just got very petty. It started to get very weird. Some people using it for their own vendetta and just trying to I want to get this person canceled, so I'm about to just find anything I can and bring it to light and hope that people stop liking them. And it's just like, it started to get weird. And then that's just one thing. That's just like an internet thing with different people. Then I started to feel like, well, you seeing it now, it's starting to get to the point where it's like, now it's not just an internet thing. It's like you're seeing people lose brand deals. It's companies is trying to look at certain things like, oh, I don't think we should work with him. So now it went from just being an internet thing to now it's like worldwide. Now different other people are chiming in from, like I said, companies, these brand deals, these people, like a lot of people are just chiming into this cancel culture, trying to be a part of something to kind of just run people to the ground. Like, nah, we're not working with you. This person's not working with you. It's like people are just coming from everywhere. So now it's not even just an internet thing. It's like real life. Which, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because for things to change, it can't just be like an internet thing. It can't just be an insider thing with just people, thousands of people on the internet. It has to come and translate into real life so that we can actually see some change. Like with the, talking about with the Dan Schneider thing, how they cut ties with him. It has to be brought to these different places. But I kind of feel like if you want to compare it to something, a good thing turning, a good message turning into something else, getting exploited. A lot of people are talking about now with Black Lives Matter. You could kind of compare it to that. Like, originally Black Lives Matter was supposed to be uplifting black people. Like, oh, we got to stand up. This is wrong. We got to do something. To now, we're finding out a little bit later that I guess the people who orchestrated Black Lives Matter are now just very money hungry, I guess. I don't really want to get too much into that, but it started off being about a good thing to now Black Lives Matter has turned into something, at least with the people who made it, has turned into something else. So we're hearing these new things, these bad things about it. So, it's just, like I said, over time, talking about cancel culture now, at first it was something good. Over time, it just got exploited. It got turned into something. People are using that for their own agenda. Yeah, that's the best way to say it. With Black Lives Matter, comparing it to that, started off being a good thing. People then use that for their own gain, and it turned into something else. If you're gonna, cancel somebody, it has to be justified. It can't just be them saying something, or it can't be something petty. It has to be justified for you to do this. Like, why don't you want to work with this person? Why are you guys so mad at this particular person? Like, is it justified? Is it, are they really like doing bad? It can't just be it's some dirt on this person's name, so now everybody wants to just attack him. Like, no, it has to be justified, which, it got very petty. It got very I feel like very out of control with the different people just wanting to just attack people for little things or from things from years ago. And people change, what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the same way. You're not the same way you was 7 years ago. I'm 23 now. I'm not the same way I was when I was 17, 18, you know, we grow as people, we change, we grow, we learn new things, we learn our rights from wrongs. Like, some people are always gonna be, you know, I'm not saying everybody is redeemable and everybody is just everybody can just change from being this certain type of way to being good now. Like, I don't think that, but to a certain degree, you know, finding things from people who are children, or, you know, teenagers, or maybe like 18, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of the stuff is very petty. It's very petty. So, you know, I don't agree with everything. And I think now more so it's, you know, it's more dirt. It's more it's a bad name on cancel culture. It's a bad name on it now because people are just attacking people. It's just, people are just getting attacked. People are just, it's not really, a lot of times, or not all the time, it's not really justified for why somebody is necessarily getting canceled. So it has now, like, it has a bad rep. To speak on these different people, because we're seeing a lot of controversy with these different entertainers, you know, Kanye West. We're seeing people getting their platforms deleted, you know, like Andrew Tate, with that whole Andrew Tate thing was going on, where he got banned from Instagram, got banned from Twitter, which I think now he got back on because Elon Musk bought Twitter and got his account unbanned. But, you know, we were seeing a lot of things of people saying certain things, and, you know, people was like, oh, you know, why are they being, you know, they're speaking their truth and and we were seeing a lot of controversial things with you know, people like them, people like Sneeko, who I actually watched on YouTube, not a lot, but I had seen him throughout the years, and I thought he had some pretty cool content, and he had gotten deleted off of YouTube as well. So with people like that, you know, to a certain degree, I would have to say, like, I also do think it's their approach with certain things. Like, I feel like with them, I'm not really gonna put Kyrie in this because his situation is a little bit different. But speaking of, like, those three, Kanye, Andrew Tate, Sneeko, like, I think it also matters with your approach. Like, the way how you could have, I think all of them have some, they have some good ideas for certain things. But if you're attacking people, if your approach is mean, and it's very, the way how you're saying things is very off-putting to a lot of people, your message won't get conveyed. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're just saying things, like, if your message is getting lost in the antics that you do, or the hateful things that, like, if people perceive it as hateful, I'm not saying that they're purposely trying to be they're not purposely trying to offend people or hate on different people. I don't think that's their intentions. But if people feel that way, if your approach is off, people won't get the message. People won't even try to understand you, because they're like, yo, your most viral thing is gonna be, oh, such and such said da 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 da, and he's making these accusations about da da da, and he sounds very mad, and he sounds very mean when he's saying these certain things, and people just won't gravitate towards you, because they're just gonna feel like, yo, this person, your most viral thing, Andrew Tate, Kanye West, these people, their most viral thing that people are seeing is hate. The way how they're saying it, it sounds very hateful, it sounds very mean. So even if you're not trying to offend people, if people feel offended, they're not going to want to listen to you.